Samsung's next big foldable will come in not 4, not 5, but possibly 7 different colors. That's exactly what the latest leaks are suggesting about the Z Fold 8. And honestly, if you've been waiting for a foldable that actually comes in a color you love, this might be the news you've been hoping for. Today, we're breaking down everything that's been leaked and reported about the Z Fold 8 so far. We're talking colors, battery upgrades, charging speeds, software features, and a whole lot more. So whether you're a Samsung fan, a foldable curious person, or just someone who loves keeping up with the latest tech, stick around because this one is packed. Let's get into it. Let's start with what's been making headlines recently, the color lineup for the Galaxy Z Fold 8. A few weeks back, an early leak suggested the device would come in 4 colors: cream, graphite, lavender, and pistachio. That sounded like a pretty solid and familiar lineup for Samsung. But then a brand new leak came along and changed the picture entirely. This new report adds 3 more colors to the list: white, light blue, and pink. Now here's the interesting twist. Pistachio, which was in the first leak, is completely missing from this new list. So what does that mean? Well, there are a few possibilities here. One option is that both leaks are partially correct, and Samsung is actually planning to offer all 7 colors across different regions or sales channels. Another possibility is that Samsung changed its plans at some point during development, and one of the leaks is simply outdated. And a third possibility is that one of the leaks is just incomplete and doesn't show the full picture. We honestly won't know for sure until Samsung makes an official announcement, but 7 color options for a foldable phone would be a pretty big deal. Samsung has historically offered foldables in a fairly limited range of colors, so expanding to this many shades would mark a noticeable shift in their strategy. Here's something worth keeping in mind as we talk about all these colors. Samsung has a long-standing habit of keeping certain colors exclusive to its own website. We've seen this done with the Galaxy S lineup, and with previous Galaxy Z devices as well. So don't be surprised if 1 or 2 of these colors are only available if you buy directly from Samsung.com. In fact, well-known leaker Ice Universe recently said that Samsung has prepared a very beautiful, online exclusive color for the Galaxy Z Fold 8 series. He didn't name the specific color, but a lot of people are guessing it could be one of the 3 newly rumored shades: white, light blue, or pink. All 3 of those feel like colors Samsung would position as something special and premium. Of course, all of this is still in rumor territory until Samsung officially confirms the lineup. But if even half of these colors make it to the final product, the Z Fold 8 is shaping up to be one of the most visually diverse foldable launches Samsung has ever done. Okay, now let's talk about something that a lot of people care deeply about: battery life. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 came with a 4,400 mAh battery, which was decent but not exactly impressive for a large foldable screen device. The Z Fold 8 is expected to bump that up to 5,000 mAh. That's roughly 14% increase in battery capacity, which is genuinely meaningful in day-to-day use. Now let's dig into the technical side of this a little bit, because it's actually pretty interesting. The Z Fold 8 reportedly uses a dual battery setup. One cell is rated at 2,369 mAh, and the second is rated at 2,485 mAh. When you add those together, you get a total rated capacity of 4,854 mAh. But Samsung will list the battery as 5,000 mAh. Before you think that's misleading, it's actually completely standard practice in the tech industry. The rated number is the guaranteed legal minimum, essentially the floor of what the battery will always deliver. The typical number, which is what manufacturers advertise, reflects the average real-world performance that most users will experience. So when Samsung says 5,000 mAh, that's the number you'll actually be living with in normal daily use. It's a genuine upgrade, and for a wide-format foldable that's powering 2 screens, it's a welcome one. Charging speed. The massive jump the battery upgrade is great, but the charging speed report might actually be even more exciting. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 was capped at 25W wired charging. For a phone at that price point, a lot of people felt that was a bit conservative. The Z Fold 8 has reportedly been filed with China's 3C certification agency, and that filing points to 45-watt wired charging support. That's an 80% increase in charging speed compared to its predecessor. In practical terms, that means significantly shorter time plugged in and more time actually using your phone. There's also something else that caught people's attention recently. Leaked dummy units of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 appeared to show what looked like magnets built into the device. Now, this isn't confirmed yet, but it's raised questions about whether the Z Fold 8 might support QI2 magnetic wireless charging. QI2 is the newer standard that allows for faster and more consistent wireless charging, similar to what you get with MagSafe on iPhones. If Samsung does add QI2 support, that would be a pretty significant addition for wireless charging fans. But again, treat that as speculation for now since nothing official has been said. Software and features. Let's move on to the software side of things, because there's a lot happening here too. The Z Fold 8 is expected to launch with One UI 9 right out of the box. There's a small chance it could ship with One UI 8.5 if there are any last-minute development delays, but One UI 9 is the target. What makes this particularly interesting is the timing around Android 17. Google recently gave an official demo of Android 17, and it comes with a new level of Gemini intelligence integration. Gemini is becoming more intuitive, with better app connections and the ability to handle more complex, multi-step tasks without you having to jump between apps manually. One of the more fun new features is a prompt-driven system that lets you generate your own custom widgets. You basically describe what you want, and the system builds it for you. There's also a possibility that Android 17 could debut on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Z Flip 8 even before Google's own Pixel 11 lineup. That would be a pretty bold move, and it shows how close Samsung's partnership with Google has become in recent years. One UI 9 specific updates. On the One UI 9 side, Samsung is expected to bring several updates to its native Samsung Internet browser. One reported feature is support for separate browser windows, so you can multitask more efficiently across the Z Fold 8's large inner display. Another browser feature that's reportedly coming is called Ask AI. This is basically an AI assistant built right into the browser that can read the context of whatever website you're on and answer questions based on that content. It sounds like it could be genuinely useful, though it may launch in beta form initially. The visual design of One UI 9 is also getting some attention. The Now bar is expected to get a darker background treatment, and Samsung's widgets are reportedly moving to squared-off corners for a cleaner, more consistent look across the interface. Samsung DeX and Flex Mode are both expected to stay as core features of the Z Fold 8 experience, which makes sense given how central they are to what makes a foldable useful for productivity. The Z Fold 8 is expected to come with 7 years of software support, matching what Samsung has promised for the Z Fold 7 and its recent Galaxy S phones. For a device that costs this much, knowing you'll get 7 years of updates is a big deal. It means you're not just buying a phone for today, you're buying something that should stay relevant and secure well into the next decade. So that's everything we know about the Galaxy Z Fold 8 so far. From the possibility of 7 color options to a bigger battery, faster charging, and a software experience that could be more capable than anything Samsung has shipped before. There's a lot to look forward to here. Of course, keep in mind that most of what we covered today is still based on leaks and reports. Things can and do change before a phone officially launches, but based on everything pointing in the same direction right now, the Z Fold 8 is shaping up to be a genuinely exciting device. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help the channel more than you might think. Drop a comment below and let me know which color you're hoping makes it to the final lineup. Are you team white, team light blue, or are you holding out for something else entirely? Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future updates on the Z Fold 8 as more leaks come in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.